Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and welcome to today's session. So in today's session we are going to discuss and we are going to have the answer of a very important question that is regarding the regarding the payments vision 2025. Okay, so in the annual report of 2025 that is released like the annual report of 2024-25 that is released in June 2025, sorry, May 2025. So in this annual report there was a very important initiatives that were given under the payment vision 2025. Okay, so in the annual report of the 2024-25 that the RBI has released, in this there were the different initiatives that were mentioned under the 5 pillars of the payment vision 2025. So first of all we will discuss a brief about the payment vision document, and then we will discuss that what were the initiatives, and then I will show you that how the question can come and how you can write the answer. Okay, so let's get started. Good evening everyone, and before starting with the session, do subscribe to the YouTube channel of EduTap so that you continue getting these relevant videos, and do join our Telegram channel where you will get the PDF of the session, and the link for the Telegram channel is provided in the description box below. So starting with the question, so the expected question is that Payments Vision 2025, this aims to provide users with affordable, convenient and accessible digital payment options. Okay, briefly describe the key initiatives taken by RBI in 2024-25 under its pillars. Okay, so there are 5 pillars in the Payment Vision 2025 document, and the Reserve Bank of India, the Department of Payment and Settlement System, has taken the different initiatives under the different pillars, so that you have to tell as per the annual report of the Reserve Bank of India that is released for the period of 2024-25. So this is the idea. Okay, so now let's get started with the answer. So starting with the introduction, how the introduction should be. So in the introduction you should tell the importance of the payment vision, and you should tell a few facts about the payment vision document of 2025. So this is the idea, that in the introduction the payment system, the Payments Vision 2025, this is for the payment system to foster or to boost the payment system of our country. Okay, so payment systems foster economic development and financial stability as well as support financial inclusion in our country. So the Payment Vision 2025, this promises to further elevate the payment system, to further boost the payment system towards a realm of empowering users with affordable payment option, accessible anytime, anywhere with convenience. So Payment System 2025, it has core theme, that is every e-payments, that is the electronic payments for everyone, everywhere and every time. So these are the 4 E's, and there are 6 attributes under the Payment Vision 2025. So 6 attributes, they show the vision of the Payment Vision 2025. The vision is to provide every user with safe, secure, fast, convenient, accessible and affordable e-payment option. Okay, so remember these points, as in the previous years they were directly objective question from the Payment Vision 2025. Okay, so these 3 E's and these 6 attributes, they are very important. So this you can use in the introduction, in the answer also, that the Payment Vision 2025, it promises to further elevate the payment system towards a realm of empowering users with affordable payment option. The core theme of the Payment Vision 2025 is e-payments for everyone, everywhere and every time, and there are 6 attributes of the Payment Vision 2025 that provide every user. The vision is to provide every user with these 6 attributes. Okay, now during the financial year 2024-25, the Department of Payments System and Settlement launched many initiatives in line with Payment Vision 2025 across the pillars of integrity. So the 5 pillars are integrity, inclusion, institutionalization, internationalization and innovation. So these are the 5 pillars under the Payment Vision 2025. Okay, any confusion till now? The brightness is too much? Okay, I'm able to see the screen clearly. I hope you are able to see the screen clearly. Okay, so let's continue now. The body, this was the introduction where you have to inform about the payment vision, that okay, whatever you know about the payment vision, you can write it, the core theme, the vision, the 5 pillars that are there. Okay, now the question is in regards to the initiatives that have been taken under the 5 pillars or under the pillars. So the focus of the body should be the initiatives under the 5 pillars or under the pillars. Okay, so here this is the connecting line that is connecting the introduction with the body, that during the financial year 2024-25 there were various initiatives that were taken under the Payments Vision 2025 in regards to these 5 pillars. So you can see that this is the connecting line that you should have between the introduction and the body. Okay, now coming to the body. So starting with the 5 pillars, we are starting with the innovation first. Okay, so I will give you two or three initiatives that have been taken under the innovation. So starting with auto replenishment of the FASTag and National Common Mobility Card and the UPI Lite. So what happens that here in the annual report it has been mentioned that on January 10, 2010, it was said that there will be e-mandate. E-mandate means electronic mandate that you can give. Okay, you can give the electronic mandate that on 1st July, like every or on 1st of every month, from 1st July 2025, you have started this e-mandate, and on 1st of every month, there is the Netflix subscription amount that will be auto deducted from your account. Okay, so this is the e-mandate, and this is on the basis of periodicity. Let's say after every 15 days or after every 10 days, the SIP amount, the SIP amount, that is the systematic investment plan amount, will be deducted from your account and will go to the mutual fund that you had invested in. Okay, so this is the e-mandate, this is the electronic mandate that you have given with defined periodicity, okay, 10 days, 15 days, 1 month and such. So e-mandates, they were based on the idea of periodicity. If the payment has a set periodicity, then you can give the e-mandate. Now in the case of FASTag, when you are traveling, then only you require the FASTag, or let's say the UPI Lite. When you use it for the transaction, then only you require it. Okay, now the FASTag, it does not have a set periodicity. Neither the UPI Lite, neither the National Common Mobility Card, they do not have the set periodicity. They do not have the refined periodicity. Let's say in the FASTag, let's say in 2 days you require 500 rupees because you are going through various tolls, or let's say for 1 year you don't even need, or let's say for 1 month you don't even need to have the FASTag because you are not traveling anywhere. So it does not have a set periodicity when the amount has to be replenished. Okay, so it was said that recurring payments such as replenishment of the balances in FASTag and NCMC, which do not have any fixed periodicity, in this case there is the criteria of threshold amount that will be decided. So the customer, they can decide their threshold amount. Let's say I have decided that as soon as my FASTag goes below rupees 100, 500 rupees should be replenished, or 500 rupees should be transferred from my account to the FASTag. So here you can understand that here the periodicity or the period is not required now. Whenever the amount will go below the threshold amount, below the minimum amount, the money will go below in the FASTag, the auto replenishment will happen. In the UPI Lite also, let's say I have said that as soon as the money goes below rupees 500, the money like 1000 rupees should be auto replenished. So the Reserve Bank also brought the UPI facility under the MBIT, UPI Lite facility under the MBIT of e-mandate framework by introducing an auto replenishment facility for loading the UPI Lite wallet if the balance goes below a threshold amount. So here, before, when in 2020 the e-mandate facility was introduced, it was on the basis of periodicity, but now it has been introduced on the basis of the threshold amount also, so that the customers are able to have the facility in the FASTag, in the NCMC, in the UPI Lite and such categories. Okay, so this is the innovation that is quite helpful. Another one is UPI for cash deposit. You must have seen that in ATMs, if you go to withdraw your cash, you can just scan the like through your UPI, you can scan the QR code and you can withdraw the cash. Similarly, for the cash deposit also, this facility has been brought. So you can scan the QR code and through your UPI system and you can deposit the cash. So cash deposit machines deployed by banks enhance the customer convenience, and given the popularity and the acceptance of the UPI feature, interoperable cash deposit facility through use of UPI has been enabled since June 2024. So this is also an innovation that you can deposit your cash with the help of the UPI system. Okay. Rather than filling the IFSC code, rather than filling the account number, directly you will scan the UPI, through your UPI you will scan the QR code and your details will be auto fetched and you can deposit the money in the account that is linked with the UPI. Now coming to the next pillar. So innovation, these are the two initiatives under the innovation. Now coming to financial inclusion, next pillar, second pillar, introduction of delegated payments through UPI. Now which UPI feature provides the delegated payment? Is it UPI Lite? Is it UPI 123 Pay? Is it UPI Circle? Which UPI feature, which UPI facility provides the delegated payments? Anyone? Any idea? So it is UPI Circle, right? So delegated payments, we have discussed it a lot of time. So delegated payments or UPI Circle, they enable the individuals that are the primary user, they have the UPI that is linked with their bank account. Okay, now the primary users, they can provide the access of their UPI system to the secondary users, and they can provide the access to 5 secondary users. Let's say there is the mother that has 3 children, and the mother also wants to provide the access of her UPI account to her parents. Okay, so 2 parents. Okay, so these are the 5 secondary users of the UPI account of the mother. Okay, so delegated payments or the UPI Circle enable the individuals, the primary user, to allow another individual, secondary user, to make UPI transactions up to a limit from the account of the primary user. So the primary user is allowing the access of their UPI account to the secondary users, and secondary users can use the money in the UPI account of the primary user till a limit, without the need for the secondary user to have a separate bank account linked to UPI. So this payment solution, it was introduced in August 2024. It is very helpful for the people that have children, or they want to provide the access of their UPI account to someone else. Like, I want to provide the access of my UPI account to my sibling, let's say my younger sibling who is going out to study. Now I want him to be able to get access of money when he requires the books, when he requires the stuff for himself. Okay, so this is the idea, that this is a very good facility for the delegated payments. Next is UPI enhancement of limit. So this is also boosting the financial inclusion. That is the for different facilities, for different features, the enhancement of limit has happened. In order to encourage wider adoption of UPI, the limits were enhanced. For UPI 123 Pay, the limit was enhanced from 5,000 to 10,000. For UPI Lite wallet limit was enhanced from 2,000 to 5,000, and per transaction limit was enhanced from 500 to 1,000. Okay, now considering that direct and indirect tax payments are regular, like you are doing the direct tax payments, you are paying the income tax and stuff. So considering that the direct and indirect tax payments are regular, common and high value, the limit for tax payments through the UPI has been enhanced from 1 lakh to 5 lakh per transaction. Okay. Next is business to business payment in Bharat Bill Payment System. So Bharat Bill Payment System, it was for the consumers to pay their bill to the businesses. The consumers, we were able to pay our water bill, our electricity bill to the businesses or to the authorities. Okay. Now businesses, they also do transaction with the other businesses. They also pay the bills to other businesses, right? So businesses are serviced through enterprise resource planning systems, or B2B, business to business service providers, or fintechs and banks. So they are able to make their online payments, they are able to pay their bills through the different systems. Now these solutions are currently not interoperable. Let's say the businesses are paying to other businesses through the B2B service provider, or through the fintech, or through the bank, or through the ERP system. Now the invoices that they are getting from these different systems are not interoperable. Like, they cannot share the details in between the different systems. Okay, so this becomes hard for the business to collect all the payments that it has made, or from where it has made the payment. So at last, the collection of the information is difficult. So hence the Reserve Bank decided to include the business to business as a category in the Bharat Bill Payment System operated by the National Payment Corporate of India, National Payment Corporation of India, Bharat Bill Payment Limited, NBBL. Okay. Through BBPS, the systems will be able to interact with each other, and they will be able to share the information with each other, thereby reducing manual overhead. This is the idea. So for business to business ease, the Bharat Bill Payment System has provided the facility. Now next is integrity. Now next is this integrity. This is the next pillar. So first of all, revision of central counterparties directions 2024. So to maintain the integrity and the strength of the financial system, the revision has been done of the central counterparties direction. Any confusion any confusion anyone has till now? No? Okay, so revision of central counterparty direction. See, central counterparties, they are the intermediaries in a transaction. Let's say this is a person that is selling the derivative, this is the person that is buying the derivative, or the person they are signing the contract, that is a derivative, that is a contract. Okay, so these are the two parties that are signing a contract, a derivative contract. Now central counterparty is the intermediary that is in between these two counterparties, that is in between these two parties. So Reserve Bank has repealed the directions of central counterparties that were released in 2019, and the RBI has released the new directions for the central counterparties in 2024 to strengthen the corporate governance in the central counterparties, because if the central counterparties, they are in between the two parties, so that the transaction can happen smoothly in between these two parties, so the central counterparty itself should be very strong. So they should have a strong governance. Some of the major changes in the direction of the central counterparties include increased representation of the independent directors in the board meetings, as well as important committees should also have the huge or good representation from the independent directors, such as in the nomination and remuneration committee, risk management committee, and audit committee of the central counterparty. There should be good representation or increased representation from the independent directors, so that the integrity of the central counterparties and the integrity of the transactions remain intact. Okay, next is enabling additional factor of authentication in cross-border card not present transactions. See what happens now. Let's say you are doing a payment and you are doing the payment in India. So for that you are required to have the additional factor authentication, that is OTP you have to feed in, right? So introduction of additional factor authentication for digital payments has enhanced the safety of transactions, because you have to feed in the OTP for the transaction to be fulfilled for the digital payments. So it is a safety measure. This requirement, however, is mandatory for domestic transactions only. That means these additional factor authentication, this level of safety, it is not provided or it is not mandatory for online international transactions using cards issued in India. So you can understand that if, let's say, there is a website Alibaba. How many of you have heard about it? So I think this is a Chinese website, and let's say you are doing some purchase from Alibaba. So now this purchase is an international purchase that you are doing from the overseas merchant. Now you are feeding in your card details, you are putting in your card details. There is no OTP that is there. Okay, there is no additional factor authentication. So by mistake your child has pressed some button and the purchase has been made, the payment has been made. Or let's say you have put in the details, but now you are thinking that I should not buy this, it is not required by me, but suddenly the button has been pressed, there is no additional factor authentication, or your details has been stolen because you put in the details and there was no additional factor authentication. So you can understand that it is very cumbersome process, and there is no level of safety that is provided for the online international transactions using cards issued in India. So the Reserve Bank has proposed to enable the additional factor authentication for non-recurring cross-border card not present transaction. Card not present transactions means where the card, you are not swiping your cards, card is not present, you are just feeding in the card details. Okay, let's say I'm using my mother's card to buy something from Alibaba website. So my mother's card is not present with me, but I have the photo of the card and I'm just feeding in the details and such. So this is the card not present transaction kind of thing, where the online transactions or the online purchase can happen without the availability of the card also. So in this case where the card is not present, in this case additional factor authentication RBI has said that we are thinking of bringing for the online international transactions, that is overseas merchant and overseas acquirer. So the Reserve Bank has proposed to enable additional factor authentication for non-recurring cross-border card not present transaction where request for authentication is raised by an overseas merchant or overseas acquirer. Okay, next is cyber resilience and payment security controls of payment system operators. Now payment system operators, there are non-bank payment system operators. As you know that there is Google Pay, there are different payment system operators that are operating the payment system, that are operating some system, like they are providing the Google Pay services, like there is the Phone Pay, there are different applications that are available, right? So the cross-border payments are also provided, cross-border payments are also being provided, or cross-border payments you are also doing through some systems. So they are the payment system operators. So cyber resilience and payment security controls for the payment system operators. So master direction on cyber resilience and digital payment security controls for non-bank payment system operators. Non-bank payment system operators. They were issued by the Reserve Bank on July 30, 2024. The directions cover robust governance mechanisms for identification, analysis, monitoring, management of cyber security risk, because payment system operators, they are handling the payments and they are allowing the payments of different, like millions of people or thousands and lakhs of people are doing the payments through the different payment system operators. Now, there is the requirement, like even the NPCI is a payment system operator, because NPCI operates various payment system. The Bharat Bill payment system, like the NBBL, is also a payment system operator because it also operates the Bharat Bill payment system, right? So they need to have very high level of cyber security, and they have to acknowledge, they have to identify, they have to analyze, they have to monitor and manage the cyber security risk and vulnerabilities by providing a framework for overall information security preparedness. So this master action was released for cyber resilience and digital payment security controls for non-bank payment system operators. Okay, this is the idea. Next is, so this is regarding the integrity. Now coming to internationalization, that is the fourth pillar. So the Payment Vision 2025 document envisaged expanding the global outreach of UPI and RuPay cards as one of the key objectives of the internationalization pillar. So in annual report of 2024-25 that was recently released. So in this it was said that the internationalization, for this there were initiatives that were taken. Global outreach of payment system for UPI. So Reserve Bank has been facilitating the linkage of UPI with the fast payment system of the other countries. So UPI is the fast payment system of our country. So there are the fast payment system of other countries, and the RBI has been facilitating the linkage of UPI with the fast payment system of other countries. Okay, for the outward and inward remittance payments, or for the outward and inward payments. Acceptance of India's UPI apps via QR code has been operationalized in Bhutan, France, Mauritius, Nepal, Singapore, Sri Lanka and UAE, which enables Indian tourists and students and business travelers in other countries. Like in these countries, let's just say you are going to Nepal and you see the QR code through which you can pay. So you do not need to carry the cash, you can just pay through the QR code. It is just the same system that we are doing here. So you can understand that the more countries that accept the UPI system, that accept the system and that connect with our UPI apps, so we will be easily able to make payments in those countries, and this will also boost the presence of the Indian technology at the global level. Okay, so this is the idea that more and more countries are accepting the UPI and they are connecting the UPI system with their fast payment systems. Okay, the Reserve Bank has given approval to NIPL, that is NPCI, International Payment Limited, for deployment of UPI like infrastructure in Namibia, Peru, Trinidad, Tobago and Jamaica. So you can understand that different countries are accepting our system and they are also willing to have our system in their countries. Okay, a global outreach of payment system RuPay. So internationalization of RuPay cards is also happening. RuPay is a domestic card, or it is a it is an indigenous card that India has developed. Okay, so RuPay cards acceptance is presently live in Nepal, Bhutan, Mauritius, Singapore and UAE and Maldives. Furthermore, the issuance of RuPay card is live in Bhutan and Mauritius. That means they have started issuing the RuPay card in their own countries and they are acceptable in India as well. Okay, now there are certain other initiatives. So review of ATM interchange fee and customer charges. So this we have discussed in a separate session in Finance 360-degree session also, that in ATM interchange fee for the customers, like there was a slight increase in the ATM fee for the customers. Okay, so it was said that the banks, the maximum charge that the banks can charge from the customers for the ATM transaction is rupees 323 per ATM transaction. Okay, so basically it was said that the ATM interchange fee will be decided by the ATM networks, and how much to be charged from the customers. So that was said that maximum that a bank can charge from the customer for using the ATM is rupees 23. That also after the customers are eligible. First of all, the customers are eligible for 5 free transactions every month from their own bank ATMs. I have the PNB ATM card, let's say, sorry, debit card. So I'm going to the PNB ATM. So I am eligible for 5 free transactions. They are also eligible for free transactions from other bank ATMs, 3 free transactions in the metro centers, and 5 free transactions in non-metro centers. Beyond the free transaction, the customer may be charged a maximum fee of rupees 23 per transaction by the bank. Okay. In the case ATM interchange fee is paid like to the ATM networks, and that fee will be decided by the ATM networks. Okay, so this is the idea, that based on a review it has been prescribed that the ATM interchange fee will be decided as by the ATM networks. So ATM interchange fee, that means let's say you are the, or let's say this is the PNB card and this is used in SBI ATM. So SBI and PNB, like they will have an interchange fee. They because the PNB card holders, they are using SBI ATM. So SBI technology is used, SBI system is getting used. So PNB will have to pay something to SBI, right? So ATM interchange fee will be decided by the ATM networks, that how much to charge. But from the customers, the bank, for the transaction, the bank can charge maximum 23 rupee per ATM transaction after the free limits have been utilized. Okay. Next is digital payment index, that you all know that RBI releases the digital payment index on the half yearly basis. This shows the penetration of the digital payment in our country. Okay, and this is released on the semi-annual basis. Next is first on-site inspection has happened of AMC Repo Clearing Limited. So AMC Repo Clearing Limited, this is a central counterparty authorized by the Reserve Bank of India to act as a tri-party agent, to act as a middleman, to act as a intermediary, and there was an inspection that happened of this entity. Okay. Next is institutionalization. Now you must have seen that we have not discussed the initiatives for the institutionalization because there were no initiatives that were given in the annual report for this institutionalization. But there were no initiatives that were given under the annual report for this particular pillar. But remember that in the Payment Vision 2025 document, when it was released, there were certain aims that were mentioned in the document. So a snapshot of the specific initiatives that were planned as part of the Payment Vision 2025 document. So this we are going to discuss, but the initiatives, they were not mentioned in the annual report. So the planning was that India is one of the few countries with a specific payment system legislation. We have a full document for the payment system, the rules and regulations and such. Considering the importance of development and orderly functioning of payment system, it was said that there should be comprehensive review of the Payment and Settlement System Act that should happen, and the corresponding regulations should be reviewed. Okay. Now it was said that operationalize national card switch for card transactions at the POS machines also, point of sale machines also, and resultant settlements. So all ATM transactions, the ATM transactions that happen, they are primarily processed through the national financial switch, and it was said that the national card switch should be used to process card transactions at the POS terminal. So this was the initiative that was announced that the RBI is planning. Okay, but in the annual report currently there was no such announcement that happened, but these were certain things that were planned, though they didn't happen. Active engagement and involvement in international fora. So Reserve Bank also represents India in various international standard setting bodies. So with India's G20 presidency in 2023, it was aimed, or it was said that RBI shall continue its active participation in such platforms and play a leadership role in transforming the payments ecosystem across the globe. So these were certain things that were planned, though there were no activities or initiatives that were mentioned in the annual report under the pillar of institutionalization. Okay, so this is the idea. Now the conclusion is, conclusion should be forward looking, and that is what I have presented here. So Reserve Bank had issued the Payment Vision 2025 in June 2022, detailing the roadmap it wishes to embark on for the period up to December 2025. So the work towards framing of Payment Vision document 2028 had started, because as you know that the Payment Vision 2025 will finish by December 2025. It was only applicable till December 2025. Now the work is going on to provide the new Payment Vision document. Okay. So this is the idea. The document would aim to build on the growth of the payment systems in the last decade. So already in the last 10 years, in the last 15 years, we have seen immense growth in the payment system. And in the last 5 years specifically, we have seen immense growth in the payment system. And to further boost this growth, the Payment Vision Document 2028 is soon going to be released. Okay, so this is the idea. Now we have discussed the introduction. There should be a connecting line between the introduction and the body. Then we have discussed the body and the initiatives for the different pillars. Okay, for the fifth pillar, that was institutionalization, there were no initiatives mentioned in the annual report, but we have discussed the initiatives that were planned as per Payment Vision 2025. Then we have discussed conclusion, that was having a way ahead. Okay, so now with the information that has been presented to you in this video, this is the question that is for you, that you have to answer in the comment section below, and you will get free evaluation if you answer within 48 hours. Okay, so do try to answer, and if you have any confusion, if you have any query, you can ask now. Is there any confusion? Is there any query you have? Okay, then thank you everyone. Thank you for joining the session, and see you in the next session. The next session, Wednesday and Friday, the sessions will be taken by Jaskin sir. See you then. Thank you everyone. Thank you for joining. I hope everything is clear, and do write your answer. You will get the free evaluation. You will be able to know that where you are making the mistake. So thank you.